Wanted everything. Something's gonna drive me crazy. We don't have the day thing set right, so let me fix that. Here, look at this dog. Should have hung around and made a stand. There we go. Now you get your level right. That's what I'm talking about. What? Shout out to that sleepy dog. That's one of my favorite things. And the no, I just have that dog take my place when I'm not here. Yeah, if I really wish I knew if we were just gonna work from home for the rest of our lives, because I would get a dog if so. I fucking love dogs. They're the best. All right, so yesterday we got through chapter 14. So some people, I shouldn't say some people, one person is hassling me to do the FNet news. So we should probably get around to doing that today. I haven't done like any work on it. But I have gathered enough news, I think, to do a news show. I should have saved some of the Dark Mage slams from yesterday, so I'm going to have to fucking scroll back. I might have to get like a real IRC client just because IRC Cloud is so fucking bad at scrolling. Let me see. Oh, one of Lit Up's dogs is Prego. His dog Callie is Prego. What kind of dogs you got there? Let me get one of them pups, son. No, I can't fucking, at my job I can't have a dog, which is annoying. If I was gonna like and be a total well, you know, and fucking oh yeah, it's an emotional support dog, then I could get away with it. But I want those fucking dogs to go to actual handicapped people that need them. You know, like I don't have fucking PTSD or fucking seizures or homosexuality or any of the things that would necessitate like a tiny teacup poodle in my purse. So he's got a pity. Let me see. Thank you for the offer of a shell, but I'm just gonna have to figure out what the fuck I'm gonna do with myself here. All right, so we're getting to the part of the story where shit is gonna start to get real, and like this is the point where if you get triggered by internet story shit, just stop. Don't watch anymore. Yeah, because it's like that. You know what it is. Yeah, most people just fucking lie about their support dogs. Like, oh yeah, and I get it. Like if you need to take your dog on a fucking plane, it's without them dying in the cargo hold. I get it. I think that's fine. You know, I don't feel bad. People got to take their dogs on planes, and airlines are real cocksuckers about it. But I think we should change our culture I think you should just be able to have fucking dogs in restaurants. And all the people who are scared of dogs need to fucking get over it. Each and every one of you. Dogs are the best. Like, if you're scared of dogs, why are you alive? You know what I mean? Like, I understand, like, people have been attacked by dogs and have trauma and shit like that, but, you know, fucking get over it, you know? I've been attacked by Puerto Ricans, and I still hate them to this day. No, I love the Puerto Ricans. They have fucking excellent food, beautiful island, spicy women. But no, I would just love it if you could take dogs into bars all the time. That would be fucking amazing. I don't think you should have to take dogs. Like, if you're a restaurant, you should be like, hey, no dogs, please. Totally fine. But yeah, I don't think coffee shops should be getting fucking fined for somebody bringing in their dog and standing in line. I love seeing those dogs every day at coffee shops. It's fucking, I know all the dogs at the coffee shop that I go to real well. And I know which ones like to be pet, and some of them will come up to me every day like, that's the worst shit about this fucking flu. You know, not the hundreds of thousands of dead people. It's that you can't pet strangers' dogs anymore. They look at you like you just fucking murdered their child. You touched my dog. It's like, yeah, you know what? You know what else touched your dog? Every other fucking dog. Dog shit. You know, like, it's a health code thing in New York City. You can't even have a dog like stand in line with you. It's like a $500 fucking fine. They have a bunch of bullshit laws. Like, you can't have, I've gotten into this. You can't have a fucking ham and cheese croissant because ham and cheese are like, they have to be under a fucking heat lamp. Even though everywhere in Europe, people have been serving up ham and cheese croissants for fucking millennia, literally millennia. And everybody's okay. It's some weird Jew thing, you know, where they can't have like meat and cheese together. I don't know. It's just, you know, you got to pay a price to live in the greatest city in the world, which is not New York City, but I like it here anyway. Callie is the one that looks like a hyena. Oh, wow. Oh, yeah. Send a fucking screenshot of you winning that contest, Lit Up. Mainly what I'm looking for here on my show is drama. That's all I really care about. I know Vapor was just like reporting all the news and being a good dude and everything. But what I care about is people fucking dissing each other nonstop. Like, just dog piling on top of each other, making people quit, making people mad and stuff like that. That's what's interesting to me. I like the fighting. Okay, cool. So I will try to include your shit in the news. But yeah, if you know anybody that got real mad recently. Oh, by the way, also Lit Up. I don't know if that's you, but whoever is posting Dance's docs into the channel, could you fucking stop? You know, I don't want to deal with all this fucking doc shit. Just do me a solid. Don't post people's fucking docs. You know, I'm not posting people's docs. I just ask all my users to do the fucking same. Anyhow, now that we've gotten that out of the way, I have to make new coffee today, by the way. Real talk. Almost out. Got me some ice. I doxed her. She claims I doxed her. She doxed herself. I know. Just fucking stop posting her address and shit. It just, you know, and I'll tell you, really, from you to me, like, I don't care about this thing between you and Nance, but it really makes you look bad. It kind of makes you look like an asshole. And I'm not all artifice aside, you know. If you want to fuck with somebody, just fuck with them. Just don't take it to that level, you know, because like I got other motherfuckers out here stalking me and like sending me pictures of guns and shit and fucking threatening all kinds of nonsense. And I'm over it. It's fucking internet relay chat. I just want to fucking chat. I don't want these motherfuckers up in my IRL. You know, I don't meet these guys IRL. I don't want anything to fucking do with them. So you know how it is. So she tried to get you fired. Like, what she did was, I agree. And we banned her from the channel for a period of time for her crimes. But that fight between you two is like 2 or 3 years old at this point, and it's just so fucking boring. You know what I mean? I just don't want to fucking deal with it. Just ignore each other. You know, fuck it. You know, if you want to attack her, great. Fucking attack her the way that she attacked you, not through the fucking channel. You know, this is my problem. Is not people fighting each other, because I like fighting. You know, I like people attacking each other. I like drama. I like all that stuff. What I don't like is people fucking talking about fighting and then not actually fighting. and then hoping somebody else will do their dirty work for them. Like posting somebody's fucking address is just saying like, yeah, I hope somebody else does something mean to this person. You know, you want something mean fucking done to them, do it yourself and talk about it after it's fucking done. You know, like this is, you know this. You know, I'm telling you the truth right here. I'm not going to fight about it. And it's not what this stream is about. Oh, it's not her address? It's just her mugshot and shit like that? Well, you're getting into kind of like a gray area right there. You know what I mean? Yeah, just a mugshot. Honestly, you know what? If you want to fucking annoy somebody with a mugshot, at least make an ASCII of it. You know what I mean? Like, do it, set it up within the framework of IRC. I have never gotten mad at people for making ASCIIs dissing each other. You know, like we have fucking forums of combat that are sanctioned online, like making gigantic diss ASCIIs of each other. That's fucking dope. You know, like the fucking diss ASCII of the bald MTW. Like I only chat with ops. That is fucking amazing. I love that. And I never got sad to see that fucker scrolled in there. And that was even when that guy was like paying our show like $20 a week, you know. I was just like, I thought that ASCII was incredible. So I guess that's what I'm saying. You know, if y'all want to be ugly to each other, I can't stop you, but at least try to be funny about it. All right, that's all I'm asking. Yeah, I know it's, you know, you got a serious beef with this lady, and I'm not telling you that you can't be mad at this lady. I'm just saying, fucking, you know, change up your tactics a little bit and just try to be funny with it. That's all I ask. You know, keep in mind, we're in an IRC channel. There are like 100 of us there. We have a duty to try and be a little bit entertaining to each other and not repeat the same shit over and over again. And that's all I'm going to say about that. I'm done. Oh, so there's Skip Donahue. Yeah, we were just getting into a deep discussion of the politics of internet relay chat and the right way to attack somebody personally because you're mad at them on an online forum. God, we're fucking nerds. We're like the most tremendous nerds of all time. All right, so this is chapter 15. So we're getting very close to the end of day 1. And many things will begin happening simultaneously here. Heretofore, things have had kind of like a linear progression. Usually one character is doing something, and then, you know, like a scene later, another character will be doing something. And we had one scene with overlap where Gerald Hausterlitz and Sarah Shiner are both waking up like hungover as fuck at the same time. And I had to fix so much shit in this story, in the continuity, just so I could keep the joke. They've got a thing, and it's called Radar Drunk. I literally worked for like a month on this, on our continuity, just to have that one joke stay in the fucking thing. It only matters to me too. But that's me. So anyhow, now continuity becomes like a little bit more important because many things are going to start happening simultaneously. There is a big thunderstorm going on in Manhattan at this time, and by the end of the night, 1,000 people will be dead. I'm just putting it out there, just in case you wanted to, you know, pay attention to the story or anything. 1,000 motherfuckers gonna die tonight. All right, so cold, fat drops of rain pelted maybe on. Oh no. Oh yeah, this is. Thwap is an X-Men word. Yeah, it's like we're not shying away from some of these old fucking comic book. I mean, this is a comic book. It's a book written as a comic book. Let's just call fat drops of rain pelt maybe the whole way uptown. hard enough to thwap against his raincoat. All right. Now, Rip It sent 3 card games. They sent Exploding Kittens, Never Have I Ever, and New Foon Who Dis. I gotta tell you, Lit Up, none of those games are good for one person by themselves. You might have to make some fucking amigos to play those card games. Yeah, Exploding Kittens, I met those fucking guys at their booth the first year that they were putting it out there. They made a lot of money with that game. I've never played Never Have I Ever. And I don't know what New Phone Who Dis. But shout outs to Rip It for sending you some card games. The fucking real ones right there. Let's start reading a little bit here. Fat drops of rain pelt maybe the whole way uptown, hard enough to thwap against his raincoat. So Skip Donahue says you have such a cool voice. Do you like to do total read through? I've been meaning for the longest time to record audiobooks of my books, and I'm just real lazy about it. But one of the things that I'm doing is today I'm gonna for the rest of May I'm not gonna play League of Legends. I'm installing this fucking video game, and I'm gonna take a break from drinking and see if instead of like endlessly fucking defeating nerds, I can actually get some productive work done. I don't expect to do like a lot because really I'm like, I'm working like a full-time job here. And I do this editing every morning. And I have another radio show that I put on, and I'm supposed to be doing a news show as well. So I'm just kind of close to the limit for as much as I want to do creative work, but I'm trying to squeeze out a little bit more by eliminating like some of the more obsessive gaming that I do there. So I would love to record some audiobooks. I'll tell you one thing. I really need to do an audiobook for Space Tards. We need to have that audiobook released simultaneously with the book, and we don't have much time, so maybe I'll work on that today. But I digress. Fat drops of rain pelt maybe the whole way uptown, hard enough to thwap against his raincoat. He crosses the border. He crosses the border to Harlem, and it begins to pour. So I want to say something about how been up, no hangover. Oh, so you're, yeah, I'd like to, call it a good job when I do it a good job. Because part of the no drinking is this, like, I drank up the rest of the rum that was in my house, so I can't drink that anymore. Yeah. I don't know. Alcohol's fun. It's, especially when you're bored. That's the fucking damnable part of it. It's just if you got nothing else going on and there are no people around and you're just like, shh, I want the next 6 hours to fucking disappear. Yeah, that's where you get into like that dangerous day drinking type shit. Yeah. But we're gonna do something. I got my motorcycle back, by the way. It's running great. I tuned up the fucking speakers, replaced the one that was broken, and I'm pretty fucking happy about the whole thing. Although I think just as I get it back, I think they're restarting alternate side parking in New York City. Whoa. Not happy about that shit. People are gonna get sick moving their cars, man. So Lit Up has been drinking green tea and meditating. As he crosses the border to Harlem, it begins to truly pour. Yeah. What's a good raincoat? Like if you could steal any raincoat, hold on, let's take a look at because keep in mind, one of the things as we're doing this edit that I want to do is just keep in mind this guy can steal anything he wants. Best raincoats. What's the most fucking North Face Laney 2 trench raincoat? Women's best raincoats for 2020. Classic women's. What's the most expensive? Yeah, let's just get something real fucking fancy. Oh, wait. What's this fucking thing right here? What? Zegna. It's a $3,000 raincoat. Gore-Tex is a must. Huh. Yeah, I think people would understand. What the fuck? All right, hold on. Let me. Okay, so here's the one. Yeah, I didn't think Arc'teryx existed in. So some of this is like hipster shit that hasn't been around. The fucking Bogart trench coat, fucking $1,100. So Uniqlo so unfortunately this is like a period piece. So what kind of raincoat? Let's see if there was like a top raincoats 2004. Oh, there was a film called Raincoat in 2004. Let's do 2005. Ranching. Oh, did they not have fucking articles like that back in the day? There must be some weird way. All right. Hold on. Yeah, so when did Patagonia... history of the outdoor brand. Okay, so they've been around for like 40 years. Let's just have a fucking Patagonia coat. Oh, look at this lady. Is that a lady? I don't know, man. All right, so we can just do that. W.L. Gore. Onslaught is too much. It's a good raincoat. Swipe from the Patagonia in Soho. Within a block, he's soaked through. Within 2. Yeah, we don't need that. A trash bag. So it's funny you should say that, because coming right up. Coming right the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Fat drops of rain pelt maybe his whole way uptown, hard enough to thwap against his raincoat. It's a good coat. As he crosses the border to Harlem, it begins to pour. It's a good coat. Yeah, that's not good. His raincoat is high-ended. Fancy and expensive. Even his fancy raincoat, stolen from Patagonia in Soho, can't withstand this deluge. Hell yeah, I like that better. Can't withstand this deluge. Within a block he's soaked through. His shoes squelch with every step. Cool. Military surplus, they are expensive. So actually there's a section later in this book where he has to go to the Army Navy to steal a replacement Lucky jacket for himself. So yeah, it's funny. Like a lot of your suggestions that you're making here are already in this fucking book. That's wild. Lit up. Cool. So yeah, what we're getting into here is like a little of the weird reality of. So the way that his invisibility works is that supposedly there's like a field projecting all around him, and it just twists light. That's how it's meant to work right there. So as all this water is like hitting the field, it's sort of distorting, kind of like he's a black hole. Um, Let me see. I was in such a downpour before that I can only see about 10 feet in front of me. I've been caught in rain like that, man, where you're just kind of like shielding your face and like trying to run through it, and then oh, let me not say that next part. Hold on. Maybe he's never been caught in a downpour like this before. Why would people fucking bother to do that shit on Twitch? Like, that's not how you become famous. You think like spamming somebody who had like 20 accounts would fucking convince them? Ridiculous. There are no shortcuts in this world. If you want to become famous, you need to either fucking be really talented or fuck somebody who's already famous and use nepotism. You can't buy famous on Twitch.tv. Sorry, it don't work. See, now why is my viewer count not going up as a result of this? Are they just? I wonder if they're just fucking trolling through the Twitch IRC server to make this happen. I don't know if they still do it, but for a long time, Twitch's backend was all through IRC, and you could actually join your IRC client to their fucking thing. But then you would swiftly get banned for like posting ASCIIs and shit like that. But I digress. How is it that even in my fucking editing stream, so you can't see that guy in your chat because that's on the twitch.tv. Like this is broadcasting like 7 or 8 different places simultaneously. Technology, man. I'm fucking with it. Cool. I think that's better. Still can. All right. Maybe he's never been caught in a blinding downpour like this before. No, that's a terrible sentence. No, let's just take out blinding. Maybe he's never been caught in a downpour like this before. His aura of invisibility ripples where the rain strikes it. The air twists as the drops fade into infinity. I love that concept of things fading into infinity when they strike him. That's so cool to me. So if we do a Space Tards audiobook, yeah, I mean we have the I have the final edit of it, so there's nothing stopping me from doing a reading there. I wonder. The problem is like there's so many characters there. It's gonna be there are 23 fucking Space Marines in that story, and I think there are like a bunch of speaking parts. So it's gonna be really difficult to like have a unique voice for each one, and fucking I might do something like just touch my throat at a different spot for each one of the characters, because you can get it if you do it like a little. You can have like a posture where you do something. Like I'm talking about one character, and he just has like a little bit of this happening there. He sounds very different than somebody else, and it doesn't even need to be that pronounced. So one thing that you can do when voicing like a lot of different characters is have and it doesn't even one guy can talk a little bit like this every time that he talks. A lot of your posture will come through in your character reading there. So if I were smart, I would like have a notebook and just write down some notes for a posture to do for each character. And some people will even, when they're doing a conversation, one guy will talk like over here a little bit, and just so you have like the volume, and another guy will talk over here, and it's like it's one microphone, it's a single channel coming through, but it's still, and you can do as you're producing it, you can do like a little bit of shifting that mono channel to the left and right channel to give the appearance of people being spatially in different spots. But a lot of audiobook services will just remux that shit to mono anyway. So you can still join Twitch with an IRC client. Nice. So yeah, it's just a common problem that I have with my projects is like I try to do too many fucking things simultaneously. Like I'm dark mage or something, and I just come up with like an idea that's so complicated I can't fucking execute it, and so I just get halfway into it, and it goes nowhere. So I should probably work on that a little bit. It's not a good way to go about your life. That's why FNet News that I do later is just going to be like a camera pointed at me as I eat Pringles on my couch. And that's it. That's the entire news. Yeah. Like I mean, I've been in radio broadcasting for 20 years, so I'm should be able to do a better job than I do. And I took a fucking voiceover acting workshop. It was actually for romance books, and I was the only dude in the class, which was kind of funny. And some of the women were attractive too, but I was like not single, so it was just annoying. But but thank me once I actually continue it, because I haven't fucking done anything yet but gather some news. So maybe he takes both hands and puts them over his face like a visor as he fights his way through the rain. Oh yeah, not trying to increase my pressure. No, I mean this is something honestly like what you're supplying there is some motivation. Just knowing that like somebody would listen if I put it out there. I have one audiobook out right now. You can actually listen to it on YouTube. It's called The Right to Bear Arms, which was actually bought by a very small science fiction magazine. So it was actually published. Era. Um, but yeah, the story called The Right to Bear Arms, which is like, it's very short. I think it's like an hour long to listen to it. But it's kind of like a somber and sad story. And I've got like some piano music backing it and so forth. I think we did a good job with that audiobook. I'm happy with it. All right, let's get through this chapter right here. Yeah, one of the reasons why I want to stop drinking almost altogether too is like if I drink the night before, it used to be that I could do whatever the fuck I wanted and then go out and write, you know. But as I'm getting older, I definitely am missing a step. If I've been even just drinking beer the night before, the next morning I'll be like a little foggy, and I have to be as sharp as I possibly can while doing this editing. That's why I drink so much coffee, is just to like sharpen myself up. And I used to be the same way with like smoking. Like I could smoke a gang of weed the night before, and then the next to be like, all right, I'm ready to fucking write. And of course, the writing was terrible. So it might have just been I didn't know like how hard you had to concentrate to make this shit happen. But then I got to a point where I'm like, you know, it dawns on me that I can either smoke weed or write the next day. And it just turned out that I wanted to write the next day much more. And I'm getting to a point where the writing that I'm doing is like at a higher and more demanding level. Like this editing that we're doing, I have to like actually be 100%. And I'm just finding like drinking is interfering with that. Not making it impossible, but interfering enough that I'm like, you know, I like the writing more than the drinking. So yeah, you know what I'm saying? Maybe trudges 5 more blocks to the apartment building. At every intersection, he's so careful it verges on paranoid. The gray man in Chinatown has faded away to a lusterless dream, but the Lincoln that nearly creamed him is still real in his memory. He can still feel. Uh, we have to edit that so that it almost hits him. Yeah, because we didn't have that in the story, and it's a good fucking thing to have happen there. Like, yeah, so let's go back. Hmm. Cool. Yeah, that's better. Find I feel depressed the next day. Well, also, like I'm happy to have viewers for the editing stream. I think it's fucking fantastic. But yeah, enjoy the right to bear arms, and keep in mind, I get like no fucking traction for anything that I write. So if you enjoy something that I put out, or can think of somebody that would enjoy these streams, I'd love to get a bigger audience, really and truly. I put a lot of, honestly, like I've been putting so much work into these books for so many years. And I just, whether they're not good enough or whether my marketing is ass, or maybe it's a combination of the two, I just don't get enough readers to make myself happy. So I'd love to find more. Let everybody know. All right, so let me make sure I haven't introduced errors. At last, he throws the Lincoln in gear and maybe dashes out of the way. A heartbeat ahead of getting flattened. I like it. Better. Yeah, let's take the crosswalk out of there. Yeah, it's too early. The guys I raided with the other day. Oh, are you playing Nerdcraft? Oh, holy shit. I'm real worried about getting sucked back into that, man. I played for a long fucking time. Yeah, Lit Up. Are you and Angie just playing Warcraft together like fucking nonstop at this point? Do you still have to work at your job, or are you laid off at the moment? Okay, cool. The Gray Man. I like that. Fucking Gray Malkin. We're almost through this chapter. It's very short. And also the chapters will get very short as we're going through here, so we can get through a couple every day. Oh, like the mixer. Oh, I remember that. Yeah, like all the people like bombarding in and so forth. Yeah, man. Back in the day, I used to do sort of like a panel discussion show where I would get New York writers to come through here and talk. I should start doing that again soon as this pandemic thing is over. Because I actually had like some really good discussions, and I think I've improved a little bit since a host. My problem was that I only wanted to talk with like one person at a time the whole time, and the dude who actually had the contacts to get the writers in and so forth would want to he'd want to be on the panel, which is totally cool. He's a smart guy, but there would be like 4 or 5 people there, and I really wanted to do like a one-on-one interview series. So maybe I should set that up myself. 2 weeks ago, play a couple hours here and there. It escalates. Lit Up. Yeah, it's just like heroin. Like, if you remember how that was, it was like, oh, this is fun. You're just doing like a bump here and there. How the fuck could anybody get hooked on this shit? Next thing you know, you're literally spending 20 hours a week playing this fucking game, raiding instances in a guild and so forth, and like your IRC people will never see you again. So watch out, man. Y'all are playing with fire. But if you got nothing else to do, might as well do it. All right, so let's get back to... Maybe trudges 5 more blocks to the... Did we already say it doesn't let up? Let up, lit up. The rain never lets up. At every intersection, he's so careful it verges on paranoid. The gray man in Chinatown has faded away into a lusterless dream, but the Lincoln that nearly creamed him is still very real in his memory. Let me see. I really like that stuff. I was into Joe Rogan for... Yeah, I'm actually a moderator on the Joe Rogan Discord, believe it or not. I like old Blowjob Rogaine. I haven't watched him much lately. I miss him doing live shows. I really like live broadcasts, and really annoying. Like the whole fucking Twitter exec thing torpedoed the whole deal. They were just getting in trouble, you know. So I understand it. Like it's a lot of that has to do with fucking YouTube and just how Third Reich they are with their draconian moderation. YouTube's the worst of it. Twitch, I like Twitch.tv, terrible moderation as well. Really terrible. I gotten banned from there like 100 times. But you know, with good reason. But just their policies are awful in any case. But let me see. Total addict to everything I hear there. Yeah, man, fucking, it's hard being addicted to shit. Because once you're like addicted to one thing, you start seeing like everything that you do as like these like loops of addictions. Like, oh, I want this thing. Ugh, I feel bad. I had too much of that thing. All right, I'll wait a little bit. Oh, what if I had some more of this thing? You know, it can be fucking anything. And when we have our day-to-day lives, and you know, like there are like things that we have to do, then we don't have to focus on those things. You know, like I think a lot of addiction is having too much fucking free time, and us struggling to find purpose and things to fill that time. And just, you know, when all is said and done, we were meant to be like spending 3 or 4 hours a day just trying to stay alive, and the rest of the time jockeying for position in a tribal social circle, and we don't have that going on. Whew. I didn't see the new Rogaine with Musk or whatever. Musk is kind of a fucking train wreck at the moment. But what really bothered maybe was the cop. Carl Mason's story shook him up more than the disappearing act that followed it. You can perfectly picture getting clipped by some asshole running a light, flying half a block, smashing face first into the pavement, his teeth breaking first. Yeah. Yeah, that should be an ellipses. Maybe shudders, trying to force the death twinge out of his mind. Let's take that out of there. He has so many other things to think about tonight. Maybe shudders, trying to force the death twinge out of his mind. He has so many other things to think about, or to worry about tonight. He's been trying to find the courage to do this for a long time. The brush with death this morning in the cop's story clinched it for him. It has to be now. At the building, he waits until there's no one in the entryway. Oh, yeah. Yeah, shit. Mars. All right, hold on. How long do we have here? All right. I actually have to, I just got notified of something important, so I actually have to stop the fucking stream. Sorry about that. We'll come back to it at some later time. But thank you to everybody for being a part.